Hey everybody, I'm John Granato. That's Lance Zierlein. You can hear us mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so you get all of our content here at Sports Map Houston. Hey Lance, I really, I kind of went. I didn't go viral, and I don't want to go viral because that then I'll be canceled by everybody. Because I don't want that.
I hope you go viral.
Kind of kick the Astros. Astros Twitter came after me because I tweeted out what really happened in the Carlos Correa negotiations. There were no negotiations. The Astros ghosted Carlos Correa the last week. They would not even answer a text from Scott Boras or phone calls. So what do you think? I mean, we know Jim Crane a little bit. Man, I'm going to tell you this. When Jim Crane is done with you, he's done with you. And that's his business approach, and that's his business acumen. He's been very successful. But I really don't think it worked here.
I don't think it worked, and I think Jim Crane, I'm already starting to see it a little bit. Jim Crane's going to start taking the heat of fans. Letting your best players walk is something that, no matter what, is always going to get on the nerve of fans. We've seen it at small market teams. Granted, the Astros players are better players, but to let the amount of players walk, and two of them have been kind of heartbeat guys, and George Springer and Carlos Correa, and you can understand the logic behind it. And I'm not saying I'd necessarily disagree with the business part of it, but I think this one's going to really hurt because Jim Crane had the opportunity to get what we thought was the only way the Astros could be in the mix was a 1-year, maybe a 2-year deal with Correa, and there it is. It materialized, and not only were you not in on it, but I believe you and your sources that the Astros didn't even participate. They were not even participatory in the situation. And so you're not participating in an opportunity to pair Carlos Correa with Justin Verlander. And I keep coming back to Verlander because Verlander is not a long-term solution. And either is Michael Brantley. These guys have been added on contracts to extend a window. Well, if you're looking to extend a window, why not extend that window with Carlos Correa as well? And to make things even worse, and I know you talked about it on the radio today, there's a chance that Carlos Correa would have signed for maybe a couple $1 million less with the Astros, but they wouldn't know because they didn't pick up the phone. And you know what? They wouldn't know because they didn't care. And that really bothers me for Astros fans who have diligently ponied up more money for the tickets, more money for the concessions because that's gone up as well, for the parking. The Astros fans have been very good to Jim Crane and taking care of him since 2017. I think this would have gone a long way towards some goodwill. I think Jim Crane really made a mistake here because this one would have really helped extend the goodwill between management, owners/ownership, and the fans.
Well, let's face it, they're not as good a team. They're not. You picked up Verlander, and you could have still been the best team in the American League and the clear-cut favorite. Now your lineup is 6 deep, and you've got Maldonado in the lineup now, you got Pena in the lineup now, and then you've got whoever in center field in the lineup now. And you're not as good. Maybe the center fielders with a little bit of experience that they got last year, but Pena's going to have growing pains, and we know what Maldonado is at the plate. So they're not going to be as good a team. And you know what? It's going to come back to bite them in maybe even at the gate. People love the Astros. We've been to 5 straight ALCSs, but it might bite them in the gate not having as good a team. Of course, Jim Crane just saved $35 million too. And Scott Boras said this. He said when he met with Carlos Correa, he said, "You don't talk to general managers about this stuff. You talk to the owners. General managers ain't spending $300 million. Owners are, and they're making that decision. And when Jim Crane is ghosting you like he did, listen." Jim Click wanted to get back to them. When Scott Boras texted Jim Click said, "We're going to talk about it, and we will get back to you tomorrow." And then crickets, and nothing happened. And that's just Jim Crane acting like Jim Crane. Jim Crane has taken a more, I think, a bigger role in the organization now, business-wise, and after losing Reed Ryan, getting rid of Reed Ryan, and now on the baseball side, getting rid of Jeff Luhnow. He's a lot more visible. This is a different organization than the one that won the 2017 World Series. Let me ask you this. Is Correa still an Astro if Jeff Luhnow is here?
No.
You don't think so?
No, because remember, Jim Crane's the one he forced the hand of Jeff Luhnow to get. Jeff Luhnow wasn't really interested in making any trades in 17, and it was Jim Crane that made the Justin Verlander deal. Is Jim Crane that paid him 2 more years? Is Jim Crane that paid him 2 more years? No, I think that's a Jim Crane. I think you hit it on the head. Those kind of deals are Jim Crane deals. They're not general manager deals. They're not James Click. They're not Jeff Luhnow deals. So, no, if Jim Crane did not want to pay Carlos a certain number, and I'm assuming that number's 33 to 35 million, I don't think there's anything that Jeff Luhnow could have done about it. So, no, I don't think it changes. Even with Jeff Luhnow here, my guess is Jim Crane's going to make the decision on certain numbers that he thinks could have an impact on his team in the future. And I think that 35 million APY, that average per year of 35 million, is probably ultimately what he wanted to stay away from. But then again, how would he even know what the APY was if he wouldn't pick up a phone call from Carlos's agent?
I think that if Luhnow was here, there would have been a chance. I think Crane, I think he respected him. I don't know that he doesn't respect Jim Click. I'm not saying that, but I do think that he let Jeff Luhnow run the ship. I think he really appreciated the way that he turned the entire franchise around from the minor league system all the way through. I think that Jose Altuve's extension was when Jeff Luhnow was here, and Jeff Luhnow, I think, probably was instrumental in that. I think, maybe he was hesitant. He was hesitant to go out and get other guys, free agent, and spend free agent money, but he wasn't shy in spending on guys that he brought up. He drafted Correa. I think there's a chance if Jeff Luhnow was here that Carlos Correa would still be here. I do.